Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Cornelia with you from Dubai. I am so excited to have you all here, and I would like to start by saying a big thank you to all my followers throughout the years and all the support, the messages that you've been sending. Now, in addition, the purpose of this video, of course, is for us to connect. And what are we going to do? I'm going to go through certain points that I have prepared today. And after each one point, I'm going to look at the messages as I can see that everyone started typing, and I'm going to answer questions. Then we're going to move to the next one. So again, so much thank you to everyone. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do and hit the notification button. So every time when I'm coming with something new, you can get notified and we can have much more of these sessions. Now, to start with, I never done this before. It's the first time that I'm doing even a live. I haven't done it in LinkedIn or any other of the social media platforms. So it's a kind of testing for me. So bear with me as well. For the people who don't know me and haven't watched me throughout, I don't know, weeks or months or years, my name is Cornelia. I live in Dubai. I came here in 2011, and since then, I'm working in real estate industry. It's something that I fall in love very quickly, but just as for everyone to draw a lesson from, it wasn't easy. It wasn't like the rich girl lifestyle that I encounter out there. So in the first 6 months when I first started my job, I had to work 6 months straight, not because it was mandatory, but because I wanted to catch up with the rest of the people that they are for a very long time in the industry. So I worked for 6 months straight, including Fridays and Saturdays, and I didn't take sick leave or anything. And indeed, it helped me a lot. I learned so much, and it helped me in my future, because today, if someone has the same 10 hours as you and you do those 10 hours per day, then what are you going to do extra in order to catch up with them, right? Since you're new in the industry. In this case, this is real estate, but I don't want to talk much about this. In addition, I checked a lot of reviews and advices on YouTube and so on how to do this thing. But in the end, I just wanted to be me as genuine, because that's why all of you are watching me, and that's why all of you are connecting with me, because I'm genuine. I don't work on a script, even though today I did prepare a couple of points, not because I wanted to be a very scheduled video, but because sometimes I'm thinking so many things and I miss some points that I wanted to mention. So I don't want to skip any of them. So I started in 2011, and I'm still doing exactly the same thing today. It's very exciting for me to say that I have that many years of experience. And in addition, I got to know about other businesses because I'm connecting with people on daily basis, and clients, and so on. So this is about myself. If you have any questions, let's see what everyone is saying here. Hello, Khalid, Rana, Ahmed, Howard, welcome. Sandeep, everyone welcome. Abdul, Muhammad, walaikum salam. Yes, I am doing well, and yes, I am going to be me. Now, I wanted to give you a little bit brief of what happened from my perspective and what are my point of views on this new coronavirus that's happening around the world. Now, let's be frank, whenever it started in China in December, I believe, many people, around the world were like, wow, look what's happening. What if it's coming here, and so and so. But we were just carrying on with our lives, I mean, nothing has changed immediately. So I was still going at work. My daughter was still going out in the park, and we were doing the regular things that everyone does on daily basis. So we didn't think that is going to expand and impact everyone's lives globally to such a scale, because no matter how much we say, yes, we feel sorry, look what tragedy happened in this country and so on. So yes, we do feel sorry because we have empathy, but then at the end of the day, until it doesn't happen to us and it doesn't affect our personal lives, we won't know exactly what they are going through, right? So at the very beginning, it was a little bit of unknown. People were a little bit concerned. Maybe it's going to come, maybe it's not going to come in this part of the world, and so on. But when it did, I believe on the 29th of January, when we had the first case in Dubai, then, of course, many question marks were raised, and immediately the government started implementing a lot of measures. So at the very beginning, we were just advised to practice social distancing and so on, not go more than 3 people in a car at the same time. Only 2 were accepted to go in the taxi, and just few minor things. Now, as the cases arise throughout the globe, of course, the measures were much more, to an extent where we started with a sterilization program. It was for 2 weeks from 8 p.m. at night until 6 a.m. in the morning. No one is allowed to go out. And how were they controlling this? In Dubai, I don't know how many people know about this, but I'm going to mention it anyway. Almost every kilometer on the highways and important roads, and even on the normal roads, you have radars, fixed radars. So what they've done, they activated those radars. Whenever you pass through, it flashes you. So automatically you get a fine because you shouldn't supposed to be out. Then they said, okay, they made a trial for 24 hours. They canceled all the fines. And they said, okay, now we are really starting. You need a permit if you really need to go out during these times. So let us start as fresh. So they tried to help the population and so on. I believe that many companies and many business owners maybe took measures very early, as firing or reducing salaries of people, because we are indeed working from home, many of us, but there are certain jobs that you can't work at from home, like a retailer or someone who just sells something at a certain store. Many other businesses that you literally cannot work from home. Now, the first announcement that was done, that all the government entities must stay home, and only 80% of the private companies. The private companies, only 80% of the people can, only 80% have to be home, and 20% will have to be in the office in order to stop spreading this virus and containing it. Now, we moved from the 2 weeks sterilization program to a 24-week sterilization program, which means more restrictions. Now, everyone except the supermarkets, pharmacies and medical centers are open, to an extent where you have to go to the supermarket. Only one member of the family is allowed to go to the supermarket, and once in every 3 days, not earlier than that. How do we do that? We apply online, and within 5 to 10 minutes, you get an approval as an SMS, which you have to show at the supermarket when you're entering. Of course, we have to wear masks and gloves all the time being outside, and the measurements of not respecting that are very harsh. Some of them, I've seen some news, they even mentioned something about possibility of deportation, jail, and of course, fines. Now, the flights, of course, they have stopped for a very long time, seems, and then they resumed only the ones for repatriation of certain countries, that people that were stuck here, they wanted to go home, because everything moved so quickly. At one point, I was just at night, I didn't know what news are going to happen the second day morning. We were just in such a fast pace to cope with this pandemic, that we just didn't know what's next. But now it's pretty much clear. Pretty much we are home, and this is how we are doing. Let me see any other messages. Hi from Indonesia. No, I'm not in my office actually. I'm at my home. Everyone have to be home. We are not allowed to go out, not unless we go for groceries, pharmacies, or medical appointments with an emergency. Thank you so much, Khalid. Hello, everyone. Salam alaikum. If I feel the measures are a little bit extreme, I wouldn't say necessarily extreme, Howard, and I'll tell you why. Because they haven't dealt with this before. I was doing some research online on Google, and since the Spanish flu, which was really bad, impacted a lot of people, there wasn't something so much spread globally, you know. So I think what they did, they had to impose this strict measures in order for them to figure out what's next, or what's going to happen, or how they can stop it, or make a little bit more research on the virus itself. Because if you just put everyone out there, you might risk millions and millions every day getting infected. And even in Dubai and UAE in general, now we can do up to 10,000 tests per day. One of the very good things that they have done in Dubai is they made this drive-through testing center. So basically, you schedule yourself. You go, you sit in your car. There is one medical staff that will come, will take your temperature, and will take a swab. And then you go home. You don't even go down, and you will receive a message within 48 hours whether it's positive or negative. So now everyone is going to get tested. But you see, the cap, it's again 10,000 per day. So it was better for them to put us in, I would say, it's not a lockdown, because it's called a 24-hour sterilization program, where they achieved, I believe 3 days ago, I've seen in official news, they achieved 75% of entire Dubai to be sterilized. So now they have extended that 2 weeks to 1 more week, which now will end on Saturday, and we will see what news we are going to get afterwards. Because for us, Ramadan starts also. It's expected to start on Friday. So, in addition, I'm very happy and proud to be in Dubai. I always said this throughout all my videos. And they did raise to their expectations, from sending medical aids and support to so many countries, to Italy, to Switzerland, to Pakistan, to India, to basically they released a video. Actually, I think I posted on my LinkedIn. They released a video. They said that 85% of the medical aid globally, it was provided by United Arab Emirates, and they made in the videos the shipments that are going out, and so on. Now, Dubai and United Arab Emirates took other measures as well. For example, if you have a loan, or you have a car loan, or you have a mortgage, they implemented deferment of payments up to 3 months, downgrades and lowering of the interests for the bank, and so on. There are so many measures, in addition, of course, of the government putting out there about 160 billion dirhams out there to help the government entities, the businesses, to survive during this period. Because imagine you have something that goes on, and you're planning for the next month and so on, and suddenly it just stopped. Like, you don't produce anything. Luckily, the restaurants are still working here in Dubai, but they are not allowed to receive people, of course, because we are all home, so they can only deliver. So I don't think many people do that, even including myself. I cook since I'm home right now. I prefer to eat healthy. Yeah, it did happen so fast that they just didn't know what to do. How is the weather today? The weather again is today cloudy, and I just received a notification maybe 5 minutes ago before I went live that it's expected some rain in parts of UAE these coming days. It's a little bit dusty and a little bit cloudy. However, it's very hot. It's just very hot because we are stepping into the summer now. Nice to see you as well, Mohammed. Hi, Rafi. Hi, Cornelia. I'm here. Hello. Yeah, the government made a lot, Howard. They made a lot of initiatives in order to help the population. We even have restaurants. I believe I've seen on the social medias there are 4 restaurants around Dubai, which they deliver food for free in case you lost your job, you don't have money anymore, or for the people that they were stuck in the country while they were traveling. They had a certain budget for them to be here, and now suddenly they cannot travel because at one point they didn't allow to enter and exit anyone, not residents, not tourists, and so on. In addition, they stopped processing the visit visas and so on. So people were in a situation where they don't know what to do. So many people step up, even sharing their own food from their own house, whoever could afford that. And I'm telling you also, these restaurants step up and said we deliver food for free for the people that literally don't have anything to eat until this pandemic is going to go away. I am foreseeing this horrible pandemic situation till the end of Ramadan, Islamic festival of Muslims. Honestly, I don't think anyone has a crystal ball clear to tell you when this is going to finish. I've seen so many statistics and so many stories and so many theories about this, that when is going to finish, what's actually happening, that is true, that is lab made, that it's a gas, that is an actual virus. Even yesterday I've received a video saying that no, this is maybe because of the electromagnetic 20,000 5G poles that they have installed and so on. Wuhan was the first city around the world that it was fully covered by this 5G, but no one knows at the end. And I don't think we will ever know. Our level, it's way below knowing the reality of why this is happening. And of course, I've seen yesterday as well the news yesterday evening that the crude oil dropped under $0. So they had to have people coming and picking it up for free because they didn't stop the production, and they don't have storage anymore. So at that point, they just give it away. Imagine what opportunity for some of the people. Yes, the government is supporting us a lot. We do appreciate, and yeah, we don't know when this will end, Howard. We just wait and see. I think at one point we'll have to all go out and live with it, because for how many days or months we can stay indoor? Maybe, I don't know. China, I think they had 77 or 79 days of quarantine, and afterwards they opened. So that's pretty a lot. I mean, I'm now home for like almost 1 month, and I think I'm gonna touch the 1 month very soon. And it's not easy. I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages at the same time. However, bad time for geologists who are on field to explore oil and gas. Yes, indeed. China is open. That's good to know. Yeah, China opened already. Even Wuhan opened. They started operations, and I think that was 1 week or 1 week and a half ago already. Okay, so these are the things that are happening in Dubai and UAE at the moment. Now, there is a restriction. We cannot travel between Emirates as well. So even if I have an emergency and I have to go to Abu Dhabi or Fujairah or any other Emirate, I am not allowed to go. And yeah, we are supported, but then again, this is not what we are used to in everyday lives and so on. Now, how this impacted my life, my personal life? Well, of course, in addition of being home, I got to spend much more time with my family, and I'm taking a lot of advantage on that. Especially my daughter, my husband. Of course, he's happy I'm home. There is always fresh cooked meals and so on. But I realized, and I was having yesterday a conversation with one of my friends who's now in Spain. Um, my daughter in this 1 month have asked me twice, Mama, can we go to the park? Only twice. And when I told her, well, we can't go out, she's only 4 years old. She just turned last week 4 years old. When she did that, I just explained to her, and she was fine, which only shows that kids, they need us to be present, and they need us to get involved and be part of their day-to-day lives and activities and so on. She's so happy that I'm home. I don't even know how she's going to react when I'm going to have to be back at work and again leave in the morning and come in the evening. Now, how else it impacted my work as well. We all had to adjust, and we all had to be not feeling in vacations. And I say that because many people take advantage of being home, and especially in the first 1 week or a couple of days or so on, they felt like, okay, I can stay for some days home and enjoy my time and so on, especially when there was still allowed to go outside. Now, from the time I stopped working and I stopped going to the office, me and my daughter, we are inside the house, and only my husband goes to the supermarket now every 3 days only. It impacted, because you sit and reflect on certain things that you didn't before. And I was even thinking of some crazy theories, of how people make decisions at a very high level in these times, to lock countries or to let them out. Or it's not easy to be in such a position today, because no one is safe, whether you're rich or you're poor, or you're just a normal employee, or you have a business. And all of us, we are equal in front of this disease. Apparently there are prime ministers and so on that they got infected, and it's not easy to sit there in front of the camera, in front of or as a president, and tell everyone, okay, it's going to be okay, we are going to contain it, we are doing 1 2 3 4 5. But on the other side, you see cases arising every day, and so on. So I think I had a lot of time to reflect on different things, maybe connect with people that I haven't for a very long time, because we don't have time. Some days are really full at business, and when we come home, we just want to spend some time with our loved ones. So this is how it impacted my life overall. Let's see. Enjoy the time with my daughter. I am Cleopatra, indeed I am. Take us through a normal day for you while home. Okay, so what I do, I wake up in the morning very early. I, of course, prepare breakfast for me, my daughter, and my family. We all eat together and so on, after which I'm opening my laptop. My daughter is going on a schedule with her father for a couple of hours while I am busy. I'm connecting with my team members. For the past 1 week, I was really busy. Some sales transactions started happening, so that changed a little bit my schedule. However, I connect with my team members. Even yesterday, we do have online meetings on these programs like Zoom or Microsoft. We do it on Microsoft because it's a feature that we have paid in the company, so we have it available. I try to keep everyone spirit up and try to motivate them, because I think this is so important at this moment, not to let this get to your brain, right? So then, of course, I do my work, which is sometimes I have to make videos, or I have to make presentations. I have to come up with new ideas, how we can do much better in these times, how we can adjust, what type of new implementations we can do in order to work much better remotely. And we started last week, this week actually, we started as well doing some online webinars with the company, like in different countries, like China, we'll have in France, we'll have in Germany, we'll have in London. So we are trying to connect with our people, not necessarily to sell them, but we want to hear from them, what do they need from us in these times, and so on. Then we have together lunch at home, and afterwards I resume to my work, finish up whatever I have pending, emails, as I said, presentations, training sessions, and so on. After which I start cooking. Maybe there is something cleaning, and then during the evening I just dedicate all my time to my daughter and my husband. We didn't watch that much movies and Netflix, because I didn't want my daughter to get into this habit. So we were trying to just like paint. We were trying to like play cards, play different games. We have one, I don't know from which country it's coming, and I don't know how many knows about it, but it's called the Rami. It's with the little numbers, and it's a little bit complicated. So we watch it, we play different games, and we try to interact more to each other. I'm trying to sit with my daughter at least 10-15 minutes per day with the ABC, with the 1, 2, 3, trying to teach her something new, because now she's not going to the nursery, so she's not learning not anything new. And during the evening, yes, she watches some cartoons and so on, and then I get some free time for myself. So of course there are many other things that are happening throughout the day. Like, as I said, for the past 1 week we were just so busy with one offer that was in Lebanon from one developer in Dubai, that everyone started being very interested suddenly in it, and so many clients at the same time. One of my team members were having 20 clients at the same time, and then of course I have to support them, and so on. So this is my day normally, how it looks like. Okay, let's see other questions. I'm working from home, then being at the office. Yeah, I believe that many companies are going to change and will think, because many businesses work perfectly now remotely, right? So why they would pay for an office? Mohammed, it's not the end. Even if we get anti-stock, I think will be activated again during next season of winter. It's hopeless. Hopeless case, really. We need to think more in our relationship and family. Yeah, totally agree, Mohammed. We don't know if it's, I heard about people saying there will be another new wave coming in winter, because this is a flu at the end of the day. Well, we don't know, and we can't predict what's going to happen, so let's live in the moment. Thank you so much. Nice. No, I'm not engaging with my. Yes, I am engaging with my customers at the moment, and my team does the same, because this is all what's left for us. You know, if you can't donate, if you can't help with money, with food, with anything, what's left? It's for you to be kind, right? So at least just drop a message or call someone, because this customer, maybe it was my customer for the past 2-3 years. So yes, I will pick up the phone and I will call, and I will not say, hello, there is a new offer on the market and so on. No, I will be like, how is your husband? How is everything in your country? And what we can do for your properties at the moment, you know, because with the current situation, you can't even rent, or you can't go for viewings, so people can see houses. It's really relaxing to avoid depression. Thank you as well. Weather is amazing. Yes, it's amazing, but it's a little bit hot. I mean, to me, it's a little bit hot. Yes, it is the time to excel digital skills. Definitely. Will Dubai be able to provide the investors the same ROI and returns on a rental post lockdown? Now, on my personal view, I think after everything really finishes and it's not coming back, because I believe that everyone is going to be a little bit precautious after this. I mean, we're not just going to go out and do everything like we used to, but I think everything and literally everything will sell. People will want to go out there and spend their money. So the rental guarantee, there was no guarantee, but the ROIs and returns didn't. Now it just dropped a little bit for people that they really need to. They have someone who left their apartment or villa at the moment, and they have to put their price a little bit lower. But people are still interested. Now imagine if your rental finishes and you don't get to an agreement with your landlord, you will have to eventually move out, and you will still have to go out. I mean, you will apply for a type of permit that will allow you to move. I believe Dubai is going to do very well even afterwards, because the government never sleeps here. They work so hard. They always try to come up with incentives and with new regulations and everything in order to help the investor and the person who's either renting or the person who is buying at that particular moment, so on. I've seen even Dubai Land Department is working really, really hard to implement a lot of things to do this work remotely at the moment. What should we do after this bad pandemic if we lose our job? So, well, this is actually one of my points that I want to discuss, but I wanted to just tell you shortly one of my points were here. What do I miss the most? And I want you to interact and tell me what do you miss the most as well in these times. I definitely miss going out. I'm always been the person who doesn't have very high expectations or too much demand. So I get happy on very little things, such as, for example, I miss swimming a lot. I miss just taking my daughter to the park and see the happiness on her face. I miss going to work, seeing my colleagues, seeing my best friend, my family. I had to send my mom back to Romania before the flights have stopped here. So I wish her and my grandfather to be able to come back here, because it's a huge help. I even myself grown up with my grandparents, so didn't have a maid. It's very good to have family around you that can help you while I'm at work. At least she's with someone trustworthy and who can look after her and give her the love that she needs throughout this years, until I get more financially stable and I can just retire. No, I will never retire because I love work. So yeah, I do miss work as well. And I work currently. I work for Unique Properties. It's a very, very good company in Dubai. I known them for more than 6 years, I believe, right now. And the owners are really, really kind and genuine and everything what they do. And I was very, very impressed when I started with them, because whatever they said, this is how it actually been until now. So really proud to be part of them there. So after, there was one question that I want to go back to: if we lose our job. So basically, what you should be doing during these times. Actually, I want to come back to that, because that's by the end of the video. I want everyone to stay with me. I made a list of 10 things that you should be doing during this pandemic crisis in order for you to succeed afterwards. Now, what am I going to do after? There was so many funny answers on like some of them said travel, some of them said I just want to see my family and so on. What am I going to do immediately after this is finished? I think of course I'm going to go out and have a proper lunch or dinner somewhere in a restaurant. I will definitely go swim and see the beach. I miss it a lot. I'll definitely fly my mom in. I'm gonna go see my best friend. And of course, I'll have to go to work. So these are the main things that I'm planning to do immediately after. Now, from the business perspective, I want to come back on this. Many businesses, yes, they had to shut down, and there was a relief even on rentals from. So basically, if you're renting in a mall, I've seen Majid Al Futtaim. He gives some incentives where he provided the salaries for all employees of the mall, even though he's only the landlord who's renting for businesses. He provided the salaries for all the employees in his malls for, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 3 months in order to support the businesses going. And in addition, again, if you're renting from a big corporation, not an individual, again, there were certain reliefs that they were implemented. With real estate, I think in the first 2 weeks, honestly, everyone was in a state of shock because measures were coming every day, as I said at the beginning of the video. And people just wanted to pause and not make any move, basically. So what they were doing, they were answering the phones, and they said, yes, we just want to see what's going to happen next, and so on. Well, after the 2 weeks passed, more or less, people started again interacting, people started renting, people started buying. I mean, I wasn't expecting, and I think no one was expecting at the company level, at us at Unique. We had many transactions also from my team and from the other teams as well, on off-plan properties. Now, why this happened, I believe, is because point number one, they've seen how UAE is reacting towards its residents and towards its nationals and so on. So if they were ever planning to make an investment here, now there was the time, okay, I'm going to do it because I'm watching what they are doing for their own people there, whether you are a local, a national, or you are a resident in that particular country, or you're an investor, or you own properties in there, and so on, and you are available in the country. Second category, I think there were people that before this lockdown and everything has happened, they wanted to invest in something, and they've seen the place and so on, and now they just decided to make a move on it. And it's like, okay, for how long am I going to wait? Now, anyway, the offers are very good from the developers and so on, so let's carry on. And the transactions were done online. And then the third category, I think they are people who they just wanted to take their cash out of the bank, not keep it there, and basically have it invested in an asset. So it was going, it's going pretty well. Not at the same capacity as, of course, when we are out, because we were having the possibility of meeting people, and now we don't. But there are transactions happening in the market currently. In addition, of course, we have quite some people who are saying, okay, whenever the lockdown is going to stop, then we are going to meet and let us take a decision, let us see the place, and so on. Let's see some other questions. I think it will end in 3 to 4 months. Honestly, again, we can't predict this. It's so unpredictable. We never know. Though I've seen the numbers are reducing for the past couple of days, majorly in big European countries, which they were a lot affected, like Spain, France, Germany, Italy, and so on. How is Dubai going to build the economy, especially tourism? since that is the big market hit globally throughout the world and every country lost billions. Well, I think this is not only about Dubai, but as I said, I'm not pretty much worried about Dubai because they always have come up with a lot of incentives and a lot of attractive things to make people come to the country. It will not stop here. And as our leaders are predicting, are saying, we will go through this together and we will come back stronger than ever before, because now it's only one goal for the whole population and for all countries to just get rid of this pandemic, right? So another thing that I have learned is, not bring all the problems in the world on my table every single day. And I think I've said that in many occasions in my videos, because you have to stay positive and you have to stay motivated. And no matter how you're doing it, you can watch videos on YouTube that motivates you, or you can read inspirational things, or you can watch someone who's inspiring you, and so on. But unfortunately, this situation that is happening now, especially for people who have lost jobs and they are very short on cash and so on, this virus has the power to make you mentally sick before it's even touching you, basically. So we have to keep positive and we have to hope and we have to know that this is going to come to an end eventually. And even if we're going to have to learn to live with it, we'll go out with gloves and masks for another, I don't know how long period, and it's going to be fine. I mean, the human race is not going to end here. We just have to think of whatever we can do today, and how we can impact our lives today, not what's happening in 2 days from now or 1 week or so on. Earth is more relaxed and nature is revived again. Birds and animals are more free and happy to enjoy freedom in natural arena, as there are less humans to kill plants and animals, Muhammad. Yes. This is one of the things that I was watching, thinking actually in the very early days when there were a lot of videos and pictures shown around the globe, that this is the reality, and one of the theories that I was thinking in the early days on when this has happened is, what if, basically, just imagine there are 20 people most powerful in the world today that, yes, sometimes we blame, or they may exist or not. It's just a theory that I put it in my it was just going through my head. So just imagine that there are 20 people most powerful in the world, and these people, they basically rule the world through stock exchange, through FMI, through so many other things. There are so many dimensions I don't want to go through. So let's keep it simple. 20 people that control the world, right? And then these 20 people are seeing what's happening around the world, in the oceans, in the forests, with the nature, the global climate change, and so many other problems that we see on daily basis, and we ignore, or we just feel sorry for it, and then we carry on for it with our lives, because this is how it is. We have to carry on, right? So if you're put in one of these chairs and there are two decisions reported to what Mohammed said in his comment, you have two options. One, let it carry on the way it is and let the country and the world suffer the way it does, it used to before, or release something that will teach people a lesson. What would you do? That's the question. What would you do? You would prefer to let the world run at the same pace and so on, because you can't control them as individuals, right? What they do, some of them steal, some of them they throw garbage in the ocean, some of them they kill animals that they are about to extinct, or so many other, they start a fire in a forest that lasts for I don't know how long. So what would you do? you would let it go the way it is, or you will teach them a lesson by releasing something that will lock them down and will make them think, that was just a hypothesis that I was thinking about. I'm not saying this is reality. I'm not claiming anything, or I'm just something that was running through my mind. English, please. I don't know what this mean. Would you say it's going to be buyer's market in Dubai after lockdown? Howard, I think, where is the message? I think when you try and predict the ending, it makes you a little more depressed. Yeah, we don't want to predict. So buyer's market, it has been for some time, Howard. So I don't think it's going to be different after the lockdown. Seller's market, we were expecting to be with the Expo 2020 that it was announced. Now, official news didn't come yet for its getting postponed for 2021, but Dubai have advised that it is better to postpone it for 1 year, and we are waiting for official news to see. Of course, better times are going to come, but at the moment, yes, I think it's still going to be buyer's market. Government of Pakistan has subsidized real estate construction sector and announced tax scheme to waive of them from tax application on the basis of certain criteria. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's a good step. Don't watch too much news. Yeah, definitely. Well, how you can proceed with your landlord, you'll have to have a discussion with him or her, because if they don't reduce the time, or they don't give you some relief or so on, they might lose you as a tenant, and you may be there for a couple of years as a good tenant, always paying on time and so on. And I think people do understand. So you just have to open discussions with them and see where you can come up with to a mutual agreement, like a win-win situation for both of you. Yes, Dubai always comes back, definitely. People protesting in US saying we have to look at moving forward. Well, I've seen many countries are starting to open or are planning to start to open, but I think it's still a little bit early, in my personal view, because now all the progress that we have done until now in these weeks that we have been in the house can go back, and we can start at square one. So I think it's better for us to follow the government, and whatever they are saying, they will know best whenever is good to open, and people should listen and understand, and not be stubborn when it comes to this. Yeah, I thank everyone as well. And I would like to end now. I just put here 10 points that you should be doing while this lockdown, pandemic, crisis is happening. So I said, of course, enjoy time with family, definitely eat healthy and exercise. There are a lot of free university courses online. I enrolled myself personally in a Harvard course that I believe is going to start 12th of May. You can Google it. You can, referring to someone who said, what should I do if I lost my job after this pandemic is finished? Well, you can take a new course online at the moment, which is totally for free. Many universities are offering it for now, and you can come up with a new skill that will be beneficial for an employer after this pandemic gets finished. And of course, you have to come up with a new skill out of this pandemic. You have to learn something new, whether you start learning a new language, you become more active on social media, or you push yourself. Like me, I never done this before, and I decided, okay, I think it's about time for me to come live and talk with everyone at the same time, because it's really, really difficult. Sometimes when I post a video, I get about 400 to 500 messages, and it's really, really difficult to sit next to a 4-year-old child and keep answering these messages no matter how much I want. It's really, really difficult. When I used to be at the office, yeah, I stay 1 hour extra over my time, and I answer all these messages, how many I can. But this is a very good opportunity for me to see all your messages and all your thoughts and everything, and answer at the same time. So you don't feel like I don't want to communicate with you, or I'm too busy, or sometimes I even miss messages that it's for like 2 months, and then someone again it's writing me, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't answer this person. um, Learn a new skill, work from home. This is not a vacation. Definitely be responsible. If your type of job allows you to work from home, don't take this for granted. Just work your way out, and do work and prove your employer that you are worth keeping as an asset in the company. So this is what you should be doing if your work allows you to work from home. Pray. Definitely we should be praying more these times. I don't want to go into religious beliefs and so on, but I believe majority of the people, they believe in something higher than us. So it's about time for us to become a little bit more spiritual, and understand different things and give it more time. And especially for the Muslim people, inshallah, Ramadan is going to start on Friday. Is going to be a time where we can reflect even more, and communicate with our God, Allah. Reach out, stay positive and motivated. I love this one, honestly. I always say to stay motivated and keep yourself motivated. It's very, very important. And by the way, many people ask me, how you're so motivated, how you're so positive, it comes by practice. I wasn't positive maybe all my life or so on. Everyone has a bad day and so on, but it's about what you're doing when you have something negative that comes into your mind or so on. You have the power in 5 minutes to overcome it, and think about something positive and change your mood completely. So yeah, it does come by practice, and you have to practice that. Reach out to people and be kind. Again, if we can't donate, if we can't help, if we can't give food away and so on, let us at least be kind. This is one of my favorite quotes. I think people who are closer to me and watching me for some time, and it's one of my favorite quotes. Kindness can change everything. Save money. Yes, I think it's very, very important. Even the restaurants are still delivering. Now you have an option to cook home and, cut on a lot of expenses. We are not using petrol for our cars. We only have our bills that we are electricity, water, gas, and whatever we are using in the house, and our food. So don't cook more than whatever is necessary, and then you throw it, God forbid, or something. Just try to manage your finances and save it as much as you can, especially if you don't have a reserve of money and you don't have a job, or they cut on your salary. Is very, very important for you to be very careful on that. Stay away, exactly what Howard was saying, a little bit more up. Stay away from negative social media, too many fake theories and news. Yes, at the very beginning, and I'm guilty of this myself, because it was a shock for everyone what's happening. We didn't know, so I ended up literally checking the news and the social media every now and then during the day in order to see what's happening. And then I carry on for 1 day, for 2 days, for 3 days, for 4 days, and people kept sharing things, and it became so much. At one point I said, Cornelia, what are you doing? I mean, it impacted me so negatively, because some people are saying it's going to last until 2022. Some people are saying really bad theories about whatever is happening today. So it just impacted me negatively, and then I just decided to stop it. So just follow the news, the official news that are happening, and are coming out there from your local newspapers, or official, like when the president or prime minister or the ruler speaks out, and so on. Don't pay attention to any other news and social medias, and try to stay away from it as much as possible, to be honest. So these are my this is my list with 10 things that you should be doing. And I thank you all. Again, if you haven't subscribed and click the notification button, please, you can do it now. And let's go throughout the last messages here before we end. I don't know if I'm going to do this again. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I'm just going to see how did it go and how are the statistics and so on. You can send me, you have my mobile number, majority of you, the personal mobile number, and you can text me how was it, or you can give some other suggestions. Again, please don't quote me for it. It was the first time that I've done this, and I hope I've been doing it pretty well. This is what I like. Usually being natural and being myself. This is how you guys saw me for so many months and years, and I'm planning to keep it that way. So such a positive and healthy session. Thank you so much, Mohammed. Great points. Yale has free courses as well online. Yes. Well, yeah, but I wanted to go for Harvard. I mean, I even applied for, so the course is for free, but then you get to apply for a small amount of fees. I think it was $99 to get an actual certification from Harvard. Best skills are graphic designing, digital marketing, mobile development, web designing. Just excel your expertise in these skills and start work as a freelancer on different freelance marketplaces. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I mean, many people are going to focus towards this. And as I said, I think even many businesses are going to reevaluate their strategy in the future. If this working from home remotely worked out, maybe they will not need offices. Yeah, they will have people working from home. The best way to prevent unemployment is to work as freelancer. Yeah, I know you're working as a freelancer. Not you. You can work as a freelancer. Yes, indeed, there is. But for some people, it might be difficult, believe it or not, because for someone who already have a family and doesn't have much savings or anything put aside, didn't invest in anything, to have an outcome, it's very difficult for them to become a freelancer. But yes, I do encourage this as well. Not being financially dependent on a salary or something. Yes, it's very important. Prayer is good, nice. Ramadan Mubarak, yes, in advance. Being positive takes a lifetime of practice. Yes, I totally agreed, Alon. Thank you so much, Amin. I'm losing my, okay. Thank you so much, Howard, and thank you everyone who have watched this session. Minus $37 yesterday, the American crude oil. Yeah, I've seen it yesterday. It was on minus. Eating at home, yes, it's very good and it's very healthy. And let us still exercise, like on stairs or something, let us just do something so we don't atrophy our muscles. News are depressing, yes, sometimes. Rafi, on cryptocurrency, to be honest, I wouldn't like to make a mention on it, and I'll tell you why. Because I tried myself. I think it was about 1 year and a half. I put my money in Ripple. I think it was not a lot of money, but enough. And I wanted to try it out, and it was a little bit silly out of me because I work on this. I work and I live on this principle. That just throw yourself out there, and then on the way you're gonna learn your way, right? But then it wasn't the case with cryptocurrency because I lost all my money. So from that time, I said, you know what? Not unless I actually study it and know exactly what am I doing, I am not going to go into it. So no, I didn't buy any Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies around the world. Because I'm not an expert at it, and maybe I will one day. Maybe I will look into it, but at the moment, no. So honestly, I can't comment on that. Ramadan Mubarak, thank you everyone. Yes, so I think now we are hitting our last 60 seconds. Honestly, I didn't want to make it more than 1 hour, but now it's coming, it's 59 minutes and 10 seconds. So again, I want to thank all of you. Again, please, 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 if you can let me know any suggestions. How can I do it better next time? What did went wrong? Any other suggestions that you might have, you have my mobile number. If not, you can see it in my previous videos on YouTube. It's always at the beginning or at the end, I think, of the video. So you can text me on WhatsApp and you can give me your suggestions. It was a pleasure having you all. And again, this session was about connecting with everyone and being able to answer in real time to all your questions and get to connect a little bit better. I want to do this more often, but let me know how it was, or should I continue just with my normal videos, and that's it, and we communicate privately. Thank you very much once again. I wish you all the best, and we'll definitely be in touch very soon. Masalama.